Can you hear me?
Yep.
I think I need another earphone because I'm hearing this tapping noise in my ear. Are you hearing that?
No.
Okay. We're not recording on. Oh,
We definitely are. So listen, we're starting this fucking podcast right now, like with this
for sure.
audio,
Look,
because we've been trying to do this shit and it ain't been
look.
working.
Trials and tribulations, blood, sweat, and tears, and this is episode 1. So, like, for real, the behind the scenes have been hilarious. But we are here. We're finally here. I'm Dice, and this is Shay, and we are the Chatty Pattys.
Chatty Pattys.
So we are here basically to talk about things that are important to regular people. We're regular people, and we are reaching out to regular people to talk about different topics every week that are interesting to you. And we're the Chatty Pattys.
And
For
us.
sure, definitely. I definitely wouldn't talk about nothing that's not interesting to me. But we are Chatty Pattys, so we always have an opinion on everything. So this week we are jumping into our first topic, and it is in-laws. I know. Yes, definitely a heavy topic. I'm married, and Shay?
I am married technically, but we'll get into that in a later podcast.
For sure. So between the two of us, we have a lot of experience with in-laws.
You more than me.
Yeah.
Because you've been married forever. I've been married for 2 seconds and I'm already just like, no, no thanks.
No dice. So, yeah, that's what we'll be talking about this week. And
what sparked this
was me watching TV. I am a love and hip hop watcher. Whoop, whoop.
As am I.
I was watching the whole situation unfold with Ray J and Princess. And for those of y'all that are listening that don't watch Love and Hip Hop, you have no clue who the hell Ray J and Princess is. Basically, in a nutshell, Ray J and his wife, Princess, who is at the time very, very pregnant, probably in her all the way in her last trimester of her pregnancy. Ray J went to Vegas. Got a suite. I guess his boys were in there, and his boys brought some girls to the suite. And the joints pretty much took a picture while they were in the suite of Ray J and was like, pretty much, oh yeah, look where we at. We in Ray J's suite. And
Can I just pause real quick?
No,
I'm sorry. Before we move into that, Ray J ass is older than me.
Look,
so
you gotta know better.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to understand, like, why you're still the age that you are, and you married, and you letting your random ass, single ass, don't have nothing to lose ass niggas in your room and bringing bitches like you not a married ass man. But I digress. Go ahead.
2018.
And everybody's
recording. Everybody's trying to get a come out. People just want notoriety. Look, these joints are going to do anything. Please learn from others. How about that? I don't understand why. I mean, you need to sign some NDAs and leave some phones at the door. But you up in here being naive, like, oh yeah, my boys just brought the joints to the room. We was kicking. I was on the piano playing with Floyd again. Like, I mean, look, I don't know. I really don't know.
Bitch, keep going with the story because I'm done.
So anyway, the joints DM the damn picture to Princess, honey, all in her last trimester. And let me tell you something, as a female alone, I would be in my feelings ready to fight somebody. So,
but pregnant,
look, you throw in them
swollen ankles.
Look, I'm waddling my ass to whip somebody's ass. Just know that. Me and my belly are wrecking. So she end up, because she's in her feelings, which I am going to give her a pass. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. I'm giving her a pass. she deletes all her pictures of Ray J and them together, or whatever, and then like post some subliminals, whatever. You and your feelings. That's what they do. So Mama Norwood was not fucking with none of that, because you do not fuck with Ray J, because in her eyes, apparently, he is the moon, the stars, in the sky, which is cute. I mean, it is what it is, but he ain't no saint. And she was not here for this shit, and basically was like, Ray J, you need to tell your wife that she needs to publicly apologize, because she's out here in these streets tarnishing your name and your reputation. Not that Ray J has the best reputation, but he was like, all right, Mom. And apparently Brandy was right on board. Big sister overprotector was like, yeah, I'm not fucking with it either. So Ray J had the audacity to walk his ass to his wife and say,
at their gender reveal party,
and say, I need you to publicly apologize, Fat Voice. I need you to apologize. Call Fab. And that's what he said to Princess. So I think that's a whole crock of fuck shit. I know me, and that shit wouldn't fly. And it didn't fly for her. So my question is, after watching all this, it made me think about In-Laws. And, you know, when I speak on In-Laws, and when we're talking about In-Laws this episode, we're not just going to be referring to just the family that you, or not the mother-in-law and the father-in-law. I'm talking about the whole damn family. Because when you marry somebody, it's a package deal. You get the whole kit and caboodle. All them niggas is coming with. And you're going to have to deal with they fuck shit too, unfortunately. So that made me think, this whole situation that Princess is married into, dealing with his overprotective mother and sister, like, that's where the topic of In-Laws came from. So my question is, do you think that they did too much? Like, is it warranted? Because they're like, look, you can't be putting our business out in the street. We famous. We got a brain. Or do you think they was just flat out being extra and doing way too much?
So here's my thing. I'm gonna start with Brandy, because when I was little, Brandy was my bitch. Right. Like, I loved me some Brandy. So if you think back to when she got pregnant, she had that little special on MTV. Right, I remember that. She was saying that dude was her husband, and but come to find out, that never was her husband. But she said it for the public opinion and all this other bullshit. Right. So they family been on that shit where they're just like, let's protect our image. And I feel like that's why Ray J be wilding out, because he don't want to be controlled. You know, he's like, I'm right. He just want to do what the fuck he want to do. Right. So I feel like as a family, they've been on that for like a long time, where they just want to like keep this image about themselves, even though they really be with the fuck shit. Because whole time, I remember when this shit actually happened on Instagram before it was even on the show. And I remember when Princess posted something about her gender reveal party, and Brandy made a post like, oh, you know, she said some shit like, you know, I love my family. I'm glad my brother and my sister, I'm about to have a baby. Yes. And Princess was on her page and was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You just told me you wanted to beat my ass. Yes. Like, and she was like, don't let me post them texts that you just sent me. Look, the whole time they was dating, I really thought Princess was a pushover. But honey, I did too. Look, she was not here. And I don't know if it was the hormones. It was a hormone. Because look, she was not here for nobody in the Norwood clans fuck shit. None of it. So as far as Brandy is concerned, like, when she was on the episode, she was just like, you know, we got to keep our family business to ourselves and shit like that. Like, nigga, it's 2018. Don't nobody have no business. Look, like, number one. And you are on a whole ass reality show about your whole ass life. What do you mean keep our business to ourselves? Y'all are all, look, they have their separate Instagrams, and then they have a Ray J and Princess Instagram, and you're on Love and Hip Hop. I didn't know that. Honey, look. I didn't know that. Their life is an open book. Ray J's life been out there since God knows when. Everything about Ray J been out there. Everything. So really, like, why are we being modest now? Like, I get it when Brandy was a singer back then. You know, a lot of the Black younger singers, they wanted to have this image of, like, you know, like, really youthful and innocent and stuff like that. So I get it. But honey, you are not Moesha no more. Okay. No, but and I was about to say, like, sure, when she came out, she was 14 and it was the 90s. So I get it. But like, now you can literally do whatever the fuck you want to do. And
Ma'am.
half the time I feel like the more like ratchet you are, the more real, whatever they want to call it, like the more popping you'll be.
Right. And
So
I don't know why Brandy, and I don't know if she's trying to, or if I don't know if it's Sonya. This is my opinion, but like, I don't understand why that's continuing on, because it's several videos and stuff online of Brandy cussing, and she be
doing
doing
the
the most.
most.
Look, so why now are we putting on the facade like, oh, sister, it was just a family rift, like everything is okay? And Princess is like, bitch, you need to keep that same energy in my damn text messages then, because like you was going off. So I just feel like I get what you're saying, the whole like, we have a brand and we're trying to, protect our brand. But you need to not be directing that energy to Princess. You need to be talking to your whole ass son that's out here with the females, and he in Vegas with the scooty bikes and the thoughts.
Not the scooty bikes.
The scooty bikes and the thoughts.
But listen, I'm getting a Ray. I started with Brandy.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna move to Mama Norwood.
Scooty on over to Mama Norwood.
Bitch. So I don't have a son. I have a daughter, but you have a son.
For sure.
And I've heard what that dynamic is, and I will touch on that when I move into my own in-laws. But the perception is that, mama's boys and mamas are very different about their sons than they even are with their daughters. So for Mama Norwood, I feel like she's overall already just like very overprotective. She used to manage both of them.
Yeah,
so
she definitely did.
maintaining their image has always been like her priority. But then to add on to that's her son, her only son at that, and her youngest kid.
That's so many layers.
Thank you. So when you throw that dynamic in there, I mean, and so I'm going to throw this back to you because you have 2 children, one being an older daughter, the Brandy. And then
don't you do that. Don't make me Sonya Norwood, baby.
And then the younger son, the Ray J of the equation. So, Jesus. I mean, you have to tell me, because while I feel like I'm protective of my daughter for sure, I don't think that if my daughter behaved the way that Ray J has always behaved, that I could defend her at the way that Mama Norwood does.
Right. So I get it, because I feel like, and let me just put it out there, folks, my son is young. I have a 1.5-year-old. So like, we haven't gotten to the point where like he's doing fuck shit. The most fuck shit he's doing is like throwing stuff and like wilding and crying. But my daughter, who is 6, like, let me just say, both of my kids, if anything goes down, I'm throwing hands. Like, they have a built-in bodyguard in me. You don't need friends to have your back because you have your mama. So let me put that out there. But at the same time, on the other side of the coin, I'm going to call you out on your shit. If you wrong, you wrong. Like, I'm not going to have you have a false sense of reality going into the world thinking like your shit don't stink. Well, mama said you're not the water boy, bro. Like, I'm really going to let you know what's real life. So while I might have certain overprotective tendencies where I might feel like nobody in this world is going to be good enough to date my daughter or my son, in actuality, if you moving wrong, you moving wrong, because I want my kids to go out into the world and not grow up to be joints and fuck boys. So I'm going to let them know at a young age, like, you wrong. So in that situation, if I was Sonya, I would have been like, look, we're going to have to get Princess to do some type of PR control, because like everybody about to be in our business, but you need to straighten the fuck out. You got your whole ass first kid on the way, leaving your pregnant wife while you in Vegas. Right. And on top of that, you putting yourself in a situation for females to even do that. Like, you should never put yourself in a situation where a female can manipulate you. Like, no.
Exactly.
Right. So I feel like it could have been handled a different way, but to automatic, and granted, we're going by what Motor Scott allowed us to see. So I don't know if there were other conversations. Maybe Sonya did check him and kept that behind closed doors. But if she didn't, she definitely should have checked her son. Because like, you can't have these kids going out through life thinking they shit don't stink. And yeah, they're going to grow up to be some people.
I mean, that's my opinion as well. But like you said, we don't know if other conversations have been had or whatever the case may be. All we can see is what's on TV. And I don't agree with Mama Norwood, but I'm just, putting everything into perspective and saying, the manager being his mom, him being the youngest, throwing all that in there, I could see.
She's used to being in control and handling things.
Not
So
just
I
that,
get
but she
it.
didn't like Princess from the beginning, in my
Girl,
opinion.
look,
If you
look.
want to keep it funky.
But the crazy thing, I don't think she's like anybody. I think like when I was joking, it was like nobody in this world is going to be good enough for my son. I feel like in real life she feels that way. She's just like, look, just be out here starting and bobbing. As much as I want grandkids from you, like just I think she was just happy with him just being single and sowing his royal oats because she was not fucking with Princess. And originally I didn't understand. I thought maybe it was like the insecurity, but your son is giving her every reason to feel insecure, and that's just my opinion. Like
And that is
literally.
just a great segue to Ray J then, because he's a fuck nigga.
For sure. Like,
He is a
I
fuck
don't
nigga.
know. I just don't understand. Especially, it seems like Ray J is in the past couple of years has been trying to rebrand himself on the low with being more into like
With the scooty bikes,
the scooty bikes and the gadgets and stuff. Like he's executive producer. No, not executive producer. He's doing something with the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I'm not sure what exactly his title is on there, but like he's trying to promote less fuck shit and trying to be a grown up now. But it's the same damn Ray J. Like, honest and truly, it's the same Ray J with a bow on top because, like, he's still doing the underlying behaviors that have people side eyeing him. Like, even if you're not smashing these joints, you're putting yourself in a situation where the optics is there.
Right.
Like, you're giving us all the ammo in this day and age, like we were saying before, when everybody's recording conversations, video, getting people trying to blackmail people. Why as soon as them dudes brought them girls in there, he like, no. Look, I don't mind y'all hanging with no drink. I can get y'all own suite. Please just don't bring them in here.
Ray
He
J
definitely could have said that.
Could have got another suite for his friends if that was if he was trying to, let his friends have a good time. But my thing is, like, I hear what you're saying about him rebranding himself. And I didn't know he was doing anything with Love and Hip Hop, like on a producer or whatever type of level.
I think he is. Like, I swear I seen his name on the credits without just being like one of the joints.
Right.
And I'll have to, do my Carfax on that. But I swear I seen that he's doing something or dealing with that show. Like, he's not as high as Mona is on the totem pole,
right.
but I feel like he's doing something like some type of producing or I don't know, but I have to check into that.
Well, that would make sense where this whole rebranding thing is coming from. But if you think about the past seasons, even though they haven't like dived too much into the real shit that's happening between Princess and Ray J, I want to say even last season, they were having issues where like Ray J would be out all night or something like that. Yep. And Princess was just like, okay, so we're engaged. So what the fuck are we doing? So like
she legit was planning the wedding by herself.
Yes.
Like literally she's asking him, they're supposed to be meeting up with different vendors for, I don't know if it was cakes or what it was. And my man is coming late for everything or not showing up at all, and then wants to make it up by showing this joint a scooty bike billboard. Like, so his behavior technically has not really deviated much. It's like I said, Ray J with a bow on top. Like, it's cute on the outside, but it sucks in the inside. Like, it really hasn't changed. Like, fuck boy.
So that's my thing. Like, as his sister and his mother, like, I can maybe see them not wanting it to be public or whatever, but they definitely should have checked him as well. And they both knew they were on that goddamn show because they had to get mic'd to, have that conversation. So they all in Princess face, but they should have been in his face too. I don't care if he didn't fuck anybody or not. The fact is, you put yourself in a dumbass situation, and you do every season.
Yep.
I don't understand.
Do you feel like Princess was at fault at all, or like was she being insecure about the situation, or do you feel like her behavior was validated?
So, because we don't know these people personally,
for sure.
I don't know the timeline of things. So I don't know if she saw, the video or picture or whatever it was of Ray J in this room with these girls. Well, the girls were sending her videos too, or DM. So
yeah,
because I'm like, if she just like, instantly deleted her pictures. I mean, I ain't pregnant, and I probably would have did some shit like that. So adding a
Exactly.
pregnancy in there, I could see her doing that.
Right.
The I remember her posting like the little quote on Instagram,
Hmm.
and she removed it. But
Right.
as far as the public apology,
That's too
I don't know. And here's why I don't know. I don't see the point in a public apology if the niggas was filming this show. like
right.
like
Right.
it's gonna come out. Obviously, fast forward to now, they're still fucking together. They have an
Hmm.
adorable daughter.
She's so cute and looks just
She's
like his mother. That's the funny thing.
my nigga.
I know Princess was like, no.
But a public apology, like, what did he want? He wanted a little press release on Instagram, like, my bad, y'all, I overreacted. No, fuck Ray
No.
J.
I'm like, I'll apologize the same time that you apologize for making me look stupid in these streets. How about that? How
Again,
about we
making me look
apologize
stupid
together?
again.
Again. How about we apologize together? How about
On our Princess and Ray J Instagram page. Yeah.
that? Yeah. How about we release that together publicly?
Yeah. That's my final goddamn decision on that. If they want to put a fucking, she has to put one out. He needs to put one out too. They can put it on their joint Instagram account. Otherwise, fuck out of here, Ray J. You
Right.
be on some fuck shit.
Mm-hmm.
Get your mother and your sister the fuck out of my face. In 2 months when I drop this baby, you, your mama, your sister, and my niece, they can all
Yeah.
catch these hands.
Right. So I did and see a little article on Huffington Post. Yes, I was reading. And basically, it was like the 3 best rules to remember when you're managing your in-law relationships is to 1, remember that your loyalty is to your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
2, to remind yourself why you're doing all this. Why are you even dealing with the fuck shit of your in-laws and your married and family? It's just that it's coming from a place of love and you're doing this for your spouse. And 3rd, which I don't ever do, eliminate discussions of politics. So those are the 3 things where they're saying that you basically have to do, or not have to do, but good things to keep in mind when you want to have a good relationship with your in-laws, which kind of brings me to another crazy situation of not really in-laws, but they're not married, because the whole loyalty to your spouse thing
Mm-hmm.
is Mama Jones, Jim Jones, and Chrissy. And like I said, they're not married, but Mama Jones.
I couldn't do it.
Let me tell you something. Chrissy loves that man.
I would have left his ass off the strength of his mama. I would have left him. Like,
Look,
no.
they literally, like, she loves the
Mm-mm.
hell out of her son, and it is nothing wrong with that. But she is on a whole nother level when she comes to being in their business. It's one thing to be supportive of your son and wanting to be on his side, like Mama Norwood was, but bruh, Mama Jones be all in the sauce, bruh. Like,
Her and Mama D
look,
on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta,
look.
they do the most.
She
I
thinks
can't.
Scrappy is still 5, my G. Like, she wants to be all up in a tea, talking about the castle and the prince and the queen and who's coming to the throne. Look, Erica got Z fuck.
Yeah.
Now Bambi's in that joint, but for some reason it seems like they have a better relationship, Bambi and Mama D. But even with the situation with Mama Joyce, Candy, and Todd, that's
yes.
another one. Like,
Ooh,
literally,
Mama Joyce is. I think Mama Jones is number 1. Then I think Mama Joyce is number 2, and then Mama D is number 3 because she's chilled out.
Yeah,
In
she
the
definitely
beginning,
has.
she probably was number 2. Mama Jones, she takes the cake though. She takes the fucking cake.
That's because Mama Jones will throw hands. Like, she
Yeah.
looks like the type that, like, even though Chrissy can throw hands, because we've seen that also on Love and Hip Hop, bruh, like, I think if Chrissy said the wrong thing, Mama Jones might try to square up, and that would be a good fight. I would watch that. But the whole situation with Mama Joyce, Candy, and Todd, like, at times when we were watching, and for those of y'all listening and you're like, who the hell are these people? Mama Joyce, Candy, and Todd are on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And so Candy Burris from Escape. She was at the time, were they even? Yeah, they were engaged to Todd Tucker, and her mother, Mama Joyce, which is part of the old lady gang. She was not here for Todd. She didn't have one single fuck when it came towards Todd. And it was like hard to watch at times, like how she would carry this grown ass man. And I know he was trying to be super, super, super respectful, but he's just like, yo, you gonna have to check your mother. Like like
Candy
she
never checked her mom though. Just like
not
Ray
never.
J never checks his family.
Right. So I don't know if it's a thing of are the kids too, and I know it's a respect factor. You never want to disrespect your mother ever, but it has to come a point, especially in your adult life, where you can be like, Mom, you doing too much. And it was times where Candy would be like, Mom, chill. But she never
It
sat
was
down and be like,
extreme
right,
cases.
right. But like she never was like, Mom, look, this is who I'm engaged to, this is who I'm getting married to. Like, you gotta chill. Like, he's not going nowhere. And from my understanding, because I watched all the episodes, I don't think she ever had that stern of a conversation with Mama Joyce.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember. I remember her crying a lot, but that's neither here nor there. Like maybe she said it in some tears, but she's like,
How
she
would
shouldn't
you
have been.
handle that if it was you? You were Todd.
Well, listen.
Listen, Linda, listen.
I'm not Todd. And nobody's mom or dad they're not coming at me like Mama Joyce, Mama Jones, or Mama D. Like this is what I'm saying. That would not be the family for me. It would not fit because I couldn't imagine being that respectful.
What
I
if it
just
was the
couldn't.
perfect man, like everything? Like he
What's
fine
that?
as hell.
What's
Got
that?
that's why it's make believe. I'm about to tell you. Okay, fine as hell. D is lit. Job is on point. Treat you like everything. And his mother is a mixture of Mama Jones, Mama Joyce, Mama D, and Mama Norwood.
How
How
close
you
does she
gonna act?
live to me? How close does she live? She live
Well,
like
all
close.
these joints live close. They are in
Ooh.
close proximity. So say, let's be cute because of the area we live in. Say it's about a 45-minute drive. How
Ooh,
you
you
gonna
know
act?
that ain't shit.
That is not shit here. So I'm trying to ask you, you going up and leave and be like, this not the family for me, fuck you, perfect guy? And I'm not by any
No,
means saying
because
that any of these people are perfect.
I stayed with worse niggas for much less, much
Okay.
less. So I can't say that I would leave, but I just can't. I can't see how that would fit. I can't see how that would work because I would not be able to bite my tongue. And so if I'm disrespecting this perfect man's mother and they have the kind of relationship that all these people that we're talking about have, that would obviously cause issues between us. And I just, we would have to go on what's that shit Mama Johnson it was on fucking boot
Oh, the
camp.
marriage boot camp. Oh,
Girl, because there's no way I'm not letting any. I have respect for older people for sure, and I do let older people. I let them within limits get their shit off. But like Mama Joyce and Mama D, no.
they turn up. I
What would
read.
you do?
Look, I'm not for it either. For sure. I have been blessed. And like, I just need to throw this out there. My in-laws are the shit. I just want you to look, it's crazy because before I got engaged and before I got married, I had friends that were married way before I settled down. And I've heard so many horror stories about
Yeah.
in-laws. Like, seriously, like I was scared. Like, we know somebody whose daggone in-laws said on the day of the wedding, you ain't even gotta do this. Like, I promise you, nobody will be mad. Like,
That's
somebody
crazy.
in-law came to you, like, on dog. So it's like I know the horror stories and how bad it could be, but I've been blessed. Like, my mother-in-law doesn't even call me a daughter-in-law. She calls me a daughter-in-love. Like, I bang with my mother-in-law so heavy, and my father-in-law is cool too. So it's just like, bruh, like I got lucky. Like I don't have those nightmares. Like I read in a daggone New York Post article, another article. It says that drama between the wife and the mother-in-law is at the center of most family rifts. And I can believe that, especially
I
with
can
all
too.
the different scenarios that we were talking about. Like, especially when the man is like a mama's boy and they're not going to tell their mom they're wrong, but they really love their wife, so they're feeling conflicted. They don't know who to stick up for. Like, seriously, if you want to take it all the way there, I mean, I'm a heathen, but I did in the Bible say something about you supposed to leave and cleave or something. I'm definitely loosely
I'm
paraphrasing because I don't know exactly. I don't know the Bible well enough to quote it, but I know it says about leaving and cleaving, honey. And the cleave means to adhere firmly. Loyalty,
you going to
don't
hell.
waver. And look, so if that is in the book, I'm just trying to figure out where's the conflict. If you can say it in a nice, respectful way to be like, look, mama, I love Keisha. She's the only one for me. Can you just back up?
What is up with you?
Can you just back up, please? Oh,
On 1,000.
I am. I'm so passionate about it.
My in-laws, as far as my mother and father-in-law, they left me. They left me despite all of the things that are happening between my spouse and I. However, my husband is one of 8. He is the 8th. He is the baby.
There's something about these babies.
Yes. And so I think that because he is one of 8 and he has 5 older sisters, he got 6 mamas. So his mom, no problem. In the beginning, I felt very welcomed by the family. It's like, oh, we have another daughter and we're this and we're that. But as things progressed and went downhill, basically, I feel like one sister in particular definitely is not feeling me anymore.
Oh, yikes.
And I think it's bullshit if you want me to keep it funky, because when things first happened between him and I was ready to dip out. Right. I was ready to be out of that whole marriage. She called me personally and was like, I just don't want y'all to get a divorce. Like, just pray, fast, go to counseling, X, Y, Z, da, da, da. And I did. Mm-hmm. And then when things went the other way, and now I guess I will take some responsibility for the failure of my marriage. Mm-hmm. I just felt like she carried me, like, pretty much. I don't know. And
it was kind of like a double standard, pretty much.
Yeah, basically, because you're calling me to stay with your little... stay with your brother, even though...
Right.
And then when some shit happens, towards him, it's like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I remember me and him, we had gotten into like whatever argument, and I guess he told his family whatever he told his family. And so when we got back together, I'm looking through his phone and I'm looking at the text messages between them, and it's all like, she's basically giving him advice on how to get a divorce. And I'm just like, yeah, like, you should go talk to your command. Oh, he's in the military, y'all. But you should go talk to your command. Maybe they can help you with this. Maybe they can help you with that. And I just was like, oh, wow, like, that's crazy.
But like, you did not keep the same energy.
Hello.
It was so good just a year ago.
Yeah. And so it made me feel some kind of way. But that's why I wanted to go back to like the Huffington Post that you were talking about. Like, to me, like you said, that number one thing about your loyalty is with your spouse. Mm-hmm. I feel like another key thing is like, your in-laws are not your... Listen, y'all family by law. But at the end of the day, if shit goes south, that family's loyalty is with their own.
For sure.
It's not with you. And I had to learn that because his sisters came at me like, oh, you're one of our sisters, you're part of the family. But
as soon as shit hit the fan,
like, I remember something happened last year actually, and I had called one of his sisters to talk about it because I was just like, I don't even know what the fuck is going on. And she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna call him and I'm gonna see what's going on. I never heard from her again.
Oh,
Like,
sister, what happened, sister?
yeah. So for me, it just made me realize, and even like with his parents, like his parents love me and all the other good stuff, I think, or they're very much wanting us to like make this work and all that good stuff. I don't get no calls from nobody, no in-laws. Don't like the way your mother-in-law is versus them. It's
night and day.
yeah, and it's not horror stories like you said, I have friends that their in-laws are just like, whew, Lord.
Jesus, I'll pray for you.
Yeah. For me, it's just like, y'all said that we were family, and as soon as shit got rough, y'all definitely dipped out. So now I know where this shit lies. And so if him and I decide to like move forward and make this work, I will be acting accordingly.
For sure. Like, I know where to keep you. Yeah, we
Yeah.
family, but I know where to keep you.
Right. So.
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely get that. Like, I'm super blessed, and I realized that it could be a lot worse because of other people's situations about in-laws and stuff like that, and how they treat you, because like you said, their loyalty is to their blood. So as much as they welcome you with open arms, if you do their blood wrong, they gonna be giving you the side. Which, trying to take it and look at it objectively, if it was my children, I low-key can't say that I wouldn't do the same. But if there
Right.
was some fault in their part, you gotta keep it a buck and be like, look, look, I'm gonna have your back no matter what, but like, your ass was wrong. You need to fix that. So it's like, you gotta kind of.
Without proof, though, and here's the thing. Like, I remember talking to one of his sisters and breaking down, because I've known my husband forever, so I know all his past dirt before we even got together.
Right.
And like, they don't even know that side of him. Like, they don't know anything about him. So I
They have a
don't know.
skewed perception of him anyway. It sounds like
Right.
Ray J in them.
Well, no, I feel that's what I was gonna say. I feel like that's a little different because Ray J is in the public fucking eye, so we can see a lot of the shit that he does.
Yeah, it's no way that they can't know everything about his fuck shitness, because it's like on every blog and website.
You know
so.
what I'm saying? Like, he's on Love and Hip Hop. Like, we've at least at a bare minimum been seeing his fuck shit for the last how long has this show been now? Like 3-4 years?
Bruh, he has a whole ass sex tape. He has a whole ass Breakfast Club interview that sounds like he's high as hell. So like, he is not an angel.
So
by any means.
For them, I don't understand why they are caping for Ray J as hard as they are. Like, I get it, it's family, whatever the case may be, but like, definitely you need to check your son. You know what it is. We know what it is. But like, with my personal situation, I feel like, and just because I know my husband very well, I know that when he told his version of whatever it is that happened, it was sob stories and it was very one-sided, because we've been in therapy and I've been listening to him tell the therapist something. I'm like, nigga, I'm here and that's not the whole truth, right?
Right.
So I can only imagine what he's telling his family. And because his family already has that perception of him, I'm sure they're just like, oh my goodness.
What a horrible woman.
And which I don't understand, because like, I'm this way almost all the time. The only time I'm not this way is at work. So like, his family should know what the fuck is up.
Right. It's not like you're bringing a facade.
Like, never have.
This is me all day, every day.
All the fuck day. So, girl. But yeah. I don't get it. I'm in-laws. It could be worse, like you said. It could be worse.
It could be worse. When they are in your life and they are amazing, they are the best blessing ever. My daggone, and well, they're not my in-laws, they're my parents, but speaking for my husband, his in-laws are amazing.
You know what? I didn't even think to even speak on his behalf.
Look at us up here.
Trash.
Ma'am. That's another show.
I can imagine, though. That probably is very well.
That's a whole nother show, but
no, real quick. like my dad, so I'm a daddy's girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he's not really comfortable talking to my dad, knowing how close me and my dad are.
Because he
And
probably
like,
know that dad knows the real tea.
I mean, he really does though, because I tell my dad almost everything.
Right.
So he's probably not here for that. And
Mm-hmm.
then my mother, we know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll
So
just bypass that.
so yeah, we was but when they are amazing, they are the most helpful beings ever. Like when it comes to children, when it comes to just kind of guiding you through your marriage, sometimes stuff that maybe they've been through in past relationships or current relationships, they can kind of, it's like a bonus set of parents. And if they're like good people, it's amazing. But if they are a headache, it can definitely be a fucking strain on your relationship. And like I said, we brought up some people that weren't necessarily married yet. So even if this is like a, what is that, common law relationship where y'all pretty much been together so long, y'all niggas is married.
Right.
So it's like, they can definitely put a wrench and make a relationship uncomfortable and put other pieces into play to make a relationship fail. Whereas if it didn't have that necessarily, sorry, I can't talk. If it didn't have that element of a too extra sister or a button in mom, that maybe that relationship wouldn't have any problems at all. So yeah, definitely double-edged sword sometimes.
Yeah. I don't have the experience of in-laws being blessings, so I can't speak to that. Not that my, like I said, not that my in-laws are not, like, they're not bad people. They just haven't been like a blessing to me. I haven't gotten any like
Y'all haven't built
nuggets
that
of
type of
life.
relationship yet.
Yeah. It's been, and I think it's mostly because of the move, maybe. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we moved so far away from them, so we never really got to connect
Right,
in the
right.
way that some of the other siblings, spouses probably did. And now
Right.
that we are closer, we're not even like living together. So,
Hmm. So yeah,
um,
it's like before the relationship could even, yeah, it didn't get a chance to bud. Pretty much, like you didn't have that chance to bond, even though y'all known each other forever. But like as a married couple and a married
right.
and part of the family, it's like the move and fuck shit going on. It's like it never really got a chance to blossom.
I also think, as far as like Princess and Ray J's situation, Ray J and his family, they're very tight knit.
Right.
And I remember in like a previous season, Princess was talking about her relationship with, I can't remember if it was her mom or her dad, but I don't think it was like that great.
Yeah, because wasn't it? I don't know if it was the wedding special or if it was Love and Hip Hop when they were like planning a wedding. Didn't Ray J like fly her dad out or something? Was it her dad? He flew somebody out and surprised.
And yeah, I remember. I just can't remember who it was. Like if it was the
Yeah.
mom or the dad. But I have the impression that she doesn't have as close a family as Ray J, and that's
Mhm.
very similar with him and I. Like they're
Right.
very, very, like very close. And like I love my dad, but that nigga lives on the other side of the country. I don't even talk to my mom, and I got a little brother that's like little, and
Hmm.
then a sister that you know
All right.
we're building. So
Right.
it's totally different dynamics too with the family. So I'm not even gonna put it all on the in-laws. Like I probably just ain't inviting because
And
I
this didn't Sonya, Mama Norwood definitely throw a little bit of shade in there when she was like, you
you
weren't
weren't
raised
raised
like
that way.
I was,
I
and she
was
was like,
like,
and neither were you. I was like, ooh, come back with it, princess. But yeah,
yes,
I definitely heard that little line. I said, ooh, okay, all right, Sonya, praise the Lord. Okay.
yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
If you about to get married and you listening, let me tell you, baby.
Look, take it
If
all
you,
into consideration, please. Just be strong and make sure that your relationship with your partner is nice and strong.
ooh,
You have a good foundation. Please go to marital how about that? That should be a whole nother damn story. Please go to
Jesus,
marital counseling, and certain stuff can just be laid out and talked about. And one of those things that need to be talked about is Our
And
loyalty is
loss.
to each other. I'm not
Yes.
telling you to cut off your parents, and that's on either side. But please know, if there is rough waters, our loyalty is to each other, and we should not let any outside forces, the hell with in-laws, we can talk about friends, co-workers, whoever. Do not let any outside forces have any influence on us and our loyalty, or waver any trust that we have with each other. And that needs to be discussed so that you can be a united front. And for real, a lot of these in-laws and overbearing family members probably wouldn't try that shit if they saw that you were just a strong, united unit. And no, I'm not gonna let you talk to my husband like that. No, mom, I need you to chill. That's my wife. Like, don't come at her like that. You do that a
Right.
couple times and they wouldn't even try you like that. People gonna only do what you allow them to do. And I think a lot of times, because these, I don't want to really talk back to my parents, like I'm trying to be respectful, but you are also kind of giving them the thumbs up to go ahead and kind of butt into your relationship and disrespect your spouse. So you gotta kind of have a balance of being respectful but checking your parents, but you also need to have that conversation and agreement with your spouse or soon to be spouse that, like, look, it's us against the world, like, literally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for the listeners, make sure you think about all of that. We are not deterring you from marriage. Marriage is an awesome thing when it's done correctly. When it's done correctly, I didn't finish. Okay. When it's done correctly, it's a beautiful thing. But you have to remember that you guys are partners. Even when times are rough, even when times when you hate each other, you're supposed to be partners. And that's all I got to say about that.
Listen to Dice.
So
Don't listen to me.
don't listen to me. So look, that's all I gotta say about that. We can wrap up this week's show. We got some good time. We done talked about some good points. We definitely did. We want you guys to if you have any questions, or you want us to address any of your situations and give our chatty patty advice, solicited or unsolicited, you should shoot us an email at thechattypatties@yahoo.com, and that's thechattypatties@yahoo.com. Shoot us an email. We'll respond to your email, and maybe we will talk about your question on
Maybe.
our next show.
If it's lit.
If it's not lit, delete. It's like, nah, for real. But we thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Peace.